The 2020 moves in. Bills from the 66th session are poised to begin, and one big talker are these: the plates on your car. SB 53, a new license plate law here in Montana, is going to decrease the amount of specialized plates we have. We have over 100 license plates, and this is going to cut down on the number that are currently in distribution. The state will discontinue some specialized plates that have less than 400 drivers owning them. So if you'd like one of these plates, if there's one you've got your eye on, you better get it now. All of this being done to help make it easier on officers to read your plates. And SB 338 establishes the Montana Heritage Center and funding for it. This creating a museum for many artifacts that are on hand at the Montana Historical Society. A site has been selected for the new Heritage Center. They plan to break ground this month, and when it's built, it will house several of the state's most important artifacts that are currently not on display and in storage. They're very excited to have those out for the public right now. That's just a couple of the new laws, though, set to take effect in 2020. We'll continue to track more. Matt, I want to see this today in Washington, D.C. The museum dedicated to the First Amendment on Pennsylvania Avenue will shut its doors. Open for 11 years, it sits on prime Washington, D.C. real estate. The building just recently sold to the Johns Hopkins Institute for $300 million. One famous item in the museum is the Unabomber cabin. It made its way to D.C. from Montana. They've seen close to 10 million visitors pass through their doors, but closing due to unsustainable operating costs. All right. Well, right now, people in Australia's state of New South Wales have called on their government not to spend some big bucks on a New Year's Eve party. Now, the state of New South Wales has been surrounded by smoke for weeks as brush fires continue to spread across the area. They have been one of the worst hits in the state in the country of Australia over the recent weeks due to those fires. What we know right now is one firefighter has died fighting this blaze. Now, people have been calling for the capital city, Sydney, to cancel this year's New Year's Eve fireworks. More than 25,000 people have signed a petition asking the government to give those funds to help the fire effort. Now, we'll continue to track this story. When we have more information, we'll bring it to you. Reporting from the control room, I'm Bradley Warren, Wake Up, Montana. Matt, right now, details still very limited. What we know, hundreds of people have swarmed the U.S. Embassy. Reporters on the ground saying protesters are scaling the wall and forcing entry. Early reports indicate this is over airstrikes that happened earlier in the week. Now, a tweet from Lissay from the Washington Post says it's a dangerous situation with no way out for diplomats. Some video from Twitter even shows protesters climbing walls and burning down walls and starting fires. Now, what we do know currently right now is that they have broken into that embassy, and the ambassador currently evacuated. The protesters themselves are calling for the closure of that embassy. This is a developing story, and when we have more information, we'll bring it to you right here on air. Yeah, right now there is a missing and endangered persons advisory out of the Bighorn area. It's for this woman, Selena Shelley Faye. Take a look at your screen. Faye was last seen at 2 p.m. Wednesday at the eastbound I-90 rest area between Billings and Harding near mile marker 474. If you see her, you're asked to contact authorities. Well, I'm working on statewide fun today. Right now, we're tracking everything going on from Billings to Bozeman, all the way to Missoula, things you can do with your family. And if you're doing something fun, post it to the Wake Up Montana Facebook page. I want to know what you're doing. We might even use a couple of them right here on air. Kirsten?
All right, Brad.
Well, welcome back to Wake Up Montana. With the holidays over and Christmas Eve in the rearview mirror, we've actually got a couple of emails about what we're going to talk about right now. When is the right time to get rid of your Christmas tree? So I looked into that for you. Experts are saying the going expiration date for your Christmas tree is 12 days after Christmas. So you've got a few days left to keep that tree up. But when you're ready to get rid of that tree, here's some information on how you can ditch it. In Missoula, residents are being encouraged to recycle those trees for free from right now until January 15th by dropping them off at county parks. We've got some information up on our website. In Great Falls, residents are being asked to recycle their Christmas trees by putting them in the recycling container or again at a few parks around the city. We've got that full list on our website. And in the Bozeman area, the Gallatin County Regional Park, BMX Park, and the softball complex will serve as Bozeman's drop-off location for their Christmas trees. But you are being asked not to cut your trees into smaller pieces. Whole trees are easier to manage. Now, Matt, I'm wondering, is your tree still up? Because I know Majestic's still up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we usually, this week it'll
start with Lookout Pass. Not much snow in the last 24 hours. A little dark out there right now. We've seen 0 inches of new snowfall in the Lookout Pass area. Looking like, though, 24 inches of snow over in the Whitefish area. But we've got over at Lookout Pass, lifts 1, 2, 3, and 4 open. Now let's take a look over at the Big Sky area, reporting about 9 inches of snow just last week. So some fresh snow for you if you want to hit up the mountain. The last updates shows all but 2 lifts are moving with a base depth of 47 inches. And then in the Whitefish area, overnight snow, nothing to report, but we've got 54 inches of snow on the summit. But for all of you trying to ski in the new year, Whitefish looking to be your best if you live in the Kalispell area. They've also got night skiing available through the end of this Christmas holiday. That information, though, skiing over the holiday, a lot of fun. Hit the slopes, go down with your family. Matt, would you do that? Would you head up to the mountain, do New Year's ski?
Bradley,